All right, welcome one and all. It is the return to our YouTube Fast Track video series, Mike, and he's already shaking his head. I don't know what he's doing that for, but it's all good. This is the condensed version. Okay, fine. This is the condensed video version of the Paranormal Zone podcast, your weekly dose of, you guessed it, all things paranormal, strange, and mysterious. Mike's adjusting himself. He wants to make sure he looks good for our massive YouTube audience. Oh, we do believe there's Sasquatch.
Squatching.
Squatching. Mike's always squatching, even if he's in the middle of downtown Enderlin, the metropolis that is known as downtown Enderlin. He's always on the lookout for some giant hairy beasts that are.
I think there's a few that live in town.
Maybe.
Know. But it's a nice little town.
Oh, absolutely. But you never know.
About 1,000 people.
And how many of them are large and hairy? You don't know. So
no, I don't know them all.
No, not yet. Okay, not all. Mike's still working on it. He's still working on it. He's like a politician. He goes door to door introducing himself.
Well, I've been here for 14 years or something like that, or I don't know. And
dang, has it been that long? Wow.
I keep to myself.
Well, you're a private squatcher. So
I'm a wee bit of a hermitite.
Is that a word?
I don't know.
It is now. It is now.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, it's good to see you. I wouldn't necessarily call this an emergency video episode, but well, hell, let's call that. It's a call to arms for Mike and I and all ghost paranormal lovers / believers out there. This is not an episode for you pesky pseudo skeptics. Hell no, I say nay.
Although they are welcome.
They are more than welcome. They are more than welcome to share their thoughts with us. But we thought it was a good idea to return to our YouTube video series. Mike, I think I'm going to call this. Where the hell did he go? Oh, Mike fell over already. There he's back. Oh yeah, he's brutally yelling at his doggies again.
Yeah, she's good.
Long-time listeners know that's a common occurrence on the Paranormal Zone podcast. So. Oh, Mike, now you really started it. You caused even a worse ruckus by dinging that dingy bell. Good for you, man. Good for you.
I don't know. I threw a brick at her. She might be...
At Mary? Good Lord.
She's down. She'll be quiet
down.
now.
Okay.
No, all I did was yell.
All you did was yell. Okay.
Yes.
Well, Mike, I was thinking about calling this episode "There's a Ghost in My Bedroom," but I don't know. I don't know how that would sound.
It'd be accurate.
The episode titles,
in the dining room or in the kitchen.
Or in the kitchen and dining room, right? The episode title is still up for grabs. I apologize if I sound a little more nasally or perhaps less nasally than usual, but as an allergy geek that I am in the midst of ragweed season. I just shoved some spray up my nostrils, so I'm good to go right now, maybe, knock on wood. But I have that good old mute button ready to go in case I start having an attack of some sort. Which, by the way, earlier today, no one cares about this, especially people who post on our YouTube page saying, hey, I thought this was about encounters, not medical injury reports and stuff like that.
That's my fault.
But I did have an experience when I was walking out of Walmart today. I sat down the moment I started driving away. A gush of blood burst out of my nostril.
No.
And I had nothing in my car at all to absorb the flowing red cascade of our life force known as blood. So I emptied out my Walmart bag and I shoved the plastic bag on my face.
Oh, jeez.
And of course that doesn't absorb anything, and so all it did was smear blood all over me. So dumb, but man, that was a fun drive home. And let's see what else happened. Not too much. I've been waiting to do this podcast with Mike, and here we are. We are ready to go. Mike started talking about these experiences on the prior flagship episode. He left a couple things out that he...
I forgot, how... Because they're casual to me.
Right, exactly.
They're not, big memorable things.
But let's not waste any more time. Let's not irritate any more viewers out there. Let's dive into the meat of the episode, the nitty-gritty. Mike, what the hell is going on in your house as of late? Seems like there's some ghostly stuff, perhaps, brewing.
Been pretty active. And Mary and I are both witnessing quite a bit. So,
do explain.
Well, the first incidences, two of them. that happened was Mary and I were laying in bed. I was asleep and she was awake. And she said she saw an orb about the size of a ping pong ball just kind of in the room and went, past the door. And see, it was a day or so after we were sitting on the couch and I was on my laptop and she saw another one, same size. It started from the front of the house, the living room, and shot back towards the dining room. That
And you
was
said ping pong size.
ping pong ball size, yeah.
And it was light in color, or
Yeah,
like
like white,
colorless, I guess.
like white, yeah.
Okay.
Like an orb.
How fast was it moving? Would you be able to guess?
Um, hey Mary, how fast were those orbs moving? What? What? Oh, she said just a steady pace.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry about that. I had to ask a question.
It's the common speed that orbs are known for. We'll go with that.
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
like zipping like
Okay.
really, really fast.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh,
Oh
awesome.
my God, where was I? Phew.
Well, the orb was floating. You started off there. Now, what part did you leave out? I want to point that one out to you right now, so you don't overlook it again this time.
Yeah, I think it was actually that same night. I got up in the middle of the night, and which I do often. Prostate causes problems and stuff. But, but anyway,
TMI, Mike. TMI.
I know. It's another medical report.
Right.
But
Exactly.
I was in the kitchen. I was making a sandwich actually, and I knew that Mary was awake.
No. Can I stop for a second?
Yeah,
So
go
this
ahead.
was like late at night, like
Yes.
when you were in
Yeah,
bed.
like 2 o'clock in the morning, kind of thing. Yeah.
So do you? Okay. Do you get up specifically to make a sandwich at 2 in
not
the
very
morning?
often. Not very often.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But if I got to get up and go to the bathroom, and if I feel a tinge of hunger, I'm
Then
gonna
you'll
make a
make.
damn sandwich.
You're gonna,
So, and that's all there was to it. So anyway, when I was out in the
were
kitchen,
condiments involved? Was it
yeah.
strictly
Oh,
meats, or was
yeah,
it peanut butter and jelly?
Guy Fieri honey mustard with a little bit of mayo and some ham, a little
There
bit
you
of
go.
tomato, a little bit of
Damn.
lettuce, romaine. Oh man, it was awesome.
Well, I'm
So
glad. I'm
this isn't
glad.
a cooking show now. Let me
No, it
explain.
isn't. It's not a medical report. It's not a cooking
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
It,
So
it's.
anyway, I was
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
in
Go
the
ahead.
kitchen, and Mary was still in bed, and but I knew she was awake. But so I hear this shuffling noise outside of the kitchen in the dining room, like somebody shuffling along on their feet, and Mary just had her hip replaced, so she's kind of a shuffly kind of gait that she has right now.
Well, understandably
But
so.
yeah, absolutely. But I heard that and I thought, oh, Pam must have got up. And but when I
You
was
just call.
done
You
in the,
just called her Pam. You realize that? You said Pam.
I said, well, yeah, because no, I'll tell you why. I'm still traumatized because I had to text message her today, and that was the first time since.
Oh man, I
Hey,
get you.
Mary,
I get you.
are
You
you
better
okay?
tell her you love her.
Yeah, I do love her. She
This is
knows.
on YouTube, so
I
you're
know.
caught. You're caught.
Hey, well, anyway, it wasn't that long ago where she called me Joe. So hey,
Well, there you go. So
anyway,
Even Steven. That happens, man. It
it
happens.
does. So where was I? Oh man,
The
you need to
shuffling.
edit all that out. Okay.
Nope, no editing. No editing at all.
Yeah, it was shuffling like somebody was in the kitchen, like coming towards the kitchen. But and then I didn't hear anything else, or I didn't see her. I thought so. She must have shuffled into the bathroom. Not shuffle off the buffalo kind of thing. But anyway, I'm
Isn't that a
trying to
song
be
title?
funny, but it is. But anyway, I think it was a dance in the '50s too, wasn't it? I don't know.
Oh, the
I'm
Buffalo
just,
Shuffle?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Well, there
But
was
anyway,
the truffle shuffle in
oh
Goonies.
yeah, that's true. Drunk.
I'm trying to distract Mike as much as I possibly can right now.
Yeah,
He's still flustered that he said the P word earlier.
I know. I've only done that like 3 times since we've been married, I think.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
No,
three
anyway,
times
but
in the
just
last
kidding.
hour or something.
No. So anyway, when I was done in the kitchen, I went back to the bedroom and Mary was in bed And when I got in bed, I said, "What? Did you get up?" And she said, "No, I was just been laying here waiting for you to come back." So, and it wasn't the dogs; they were right there with me in the kitchen. Um, so
And
it
this
was
to you, it was so specifically. I mean, you
yes,
recognize it as being
absolutely,
like a human gates of
yeah,
sorts
yeah, like
shuffling across the floor.
right, like there was weight to it. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, that kind of gave me chills when you just did that
yeah,
right there. Well,
yeah.
before we started recording, you said that kind of creeped you out actually,
It did a little bit. Yeah, I was,
and that's not easy. You don't get creeped
no,
out.
no.
So what was it about this particular odd, the stuff that you heard
I,
that creeped you out?
I don't know. I think the sound of the shuffling and then the thought of something shuffling,
Yeah, that's yeah,
in the dark dining room,
that's very very
you know.
true.
But yeah,
And again, we've
that's
had,
crazy.
if people are tuning in for the first time or they haven't heard, past episodes, some odd stuff has gone down in that kitchen, in that very house
Right.
before. I mean, phantom phone calls. Hello. I mean,
Hmm.
oh, a woman receiving a very traumatic phone call in that same kitchen years
Yeah.
and years and years ago. I mean, we can
Shit.
go on and on. We
Yeah.
encourage you to listen to some of our past episodes to truly understand what I'm talking about right there. But that kitchen is kind of interesting.
Yeah. And the ghost cat that goes through there as
The
well. It's
ghost cat. Well, didn't you also have? Was it a clock that the front of the clock kept being like opened, or
it
what was
was
the
opened
detail?
up.
Yeah,
It was opened up as an antique clock, beautiful thing, and it has a glass door on the front that you can open up. And one day I looked up and it was open.
yeah.
So I closed it and I thought, well, I got to see how easy it opens. And you actually have to put, some pulling force on it to open it. I mean, it's kind of tight.
Some effort.
And and Mary didn't open it, and there's nobody else to ask if they did it. So that was weird.
That's very
But
weird. And
yeah,
then now you hear this shuffling, and then you
yeah,
quickly shuffle back to the bedroom, and you clarify with Mary. It's like you asked her, what was that you, and she said, no, I've been here the whole time. So that's
yeah,
weird.
yeah. And that's the same place where Mary and I had both seen like a figure zip through the dining room.
Yes, yes.
When I
You
was in the
actually, you actually, I believe, a while ago, maybe 2 years ago, when you were on your couch, you posted a really quick Patreon. Well, we put it on Patreon. You filmed a brief little couple minutes like EVP session of yours because from that very couch you had just seen something from coming out of that kitchen area, walking in and out towards that kitchen. So you pulled out the phone and you started doing your EVP session. So
right.
something, it's not like it's, well, I mean, it's always rare, but that's happened more than once at your house there. I mean, you guys are seeing something.
Yeah, absolutely. But one of the weirdest things though is when I was laying in bed, and that orb came up that I told you about, that large softball size
Yes.
orb.
Man,
I mean, I was laying in bed.
softball size.
Yeah, and I was laying in bed, kind of on my side a little bit, and Mary was in the bathroom at that time, and a lot of in and out bathroom
Yeah.
stuff. And but anyway, I was laying there, kind of up on my elbow a little bit and on my side a little bit, and all of a sudden I see this down, well, past my knees. I see this like the softball size white orb, energy, whatever, and it had like an aura around it, like like you see flames from the sun when they got a good picture of the sun. It was
Yeah.
like that all around, but it wasn't really bright. But it's still very white and looked solid. You couldn't see through it or anything. But it came up and it just like it followed my chest up and went like that. And
He's
in that time, I felt it was like the softest, gentlest stroke that you could ever imagine. Like if a cloud would come by and just kind of brush you.
I mean, you felt this. You
I
physically
felt
felt
that.
it.
I physically felt it. I did.
Was there
And
like a warmth to it, a
no,
chill to it, or
no, just a very comforting, just a like I wish I could describe it like a velvety soft, like a cloud, just Just it was amazing.
Really?
And then
It
it
was
went
like
up
a, it was
to the
like a
headboard.
Bob Ross floating happy cloud, just kind of a
Yeah,
glowing one, just
yeah.
gently
Probably a
caressed you.
happy accident when he bumped into
Right. Well, no, 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 no.
the canvas. I don't know.
So,
I love this show. I love this show.
but that's something though, Mike. I mean, it's one thing to see these orbs, and you guys are seeing different sized
Mm-hmm.
orbs.
Yep.
Apparently, an orb with, I don't want to say a different makeup because we don't know what it's made up of, but obviously something, the larger one with the aura surrounding it, kind of, like you said, kind of like if you were able to have an image of the sun, you see the solid core of the sun, not the core, you know what I mean. And then it's surrounded by the misty, wispy aura. And Mike's giggling at something, or oh, that's right, because his darn dogs are like, well, Mike's recording, so we better start yapping it up.
I know. I'm working on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just killing time. Well, my name's Patrick Hoffenberg. I recently turned 48 years old, and that's about it. Nothing else.
Okay, I think she's good. Hey!
Oh,
Oh, dang it.
I'm just pulling out your text messages here, Mike, that you had sent me in case we are overlooking something together. Because you sent me some really long text messages sharing a lot of these details. And Mike is still. Are you laughing, or are your dog still? Put a muzzle on him. Oh, you're crying now. Okay. Remember, this is great YouTube video content when people are staring at me and then the poster behind you. Great stuff. As you can see, his name is Mike, spelled Mike. There's a Silent Hill poster right there. Mike will return to the screen sometime soon. There's a thumbs up. This is great stuff. Great stuff. And I'm not bothering editing any of this out. So you can get flustered with us all you want, haters.
I thought she was down to a low growl, but I
Okay.
guess not.
I'm double checking Mike's report here. Report. Yeah, and you said it was white, it was round, had an energy around it. You said, it's hard for me to explain, damn it. That's what you wrote. He says, okay, if you can think of pictures of the sun, the corona around it like bright fire completely around the sun. This had that, but it was the color of the rest of it. So the rest so it was white like the rest of
Right, exactly, yeah.
the body of the orb. Yeah, and you said I actually this time when it passed up through you, when it disappeared through or at the headboard. Did it go through the headboard from what you could tell,
No,
or just kind of dissipate?
It just kind of dissipated, yeah.
Then you said this time I actually felt it very lightly as it passed by me. You said very soft,
lightly.
very soft and comforting. So that's pretty cool, Mike. That's pretty. I mean, what the hell's going on? And why has stuff been kind of picking up at your house lately? I mean, I think it's great, but and it's starting kind of small. But I wouldn't say a softball size orb that you felt. That's not small by any means. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Is this the first thing that you think you have physically felt, Mike, in all your paranormal experiences? I mean, we're talking about someone here who's actually like seen and encountered a shadow person, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is no small thing that you felt this.
Right. I've never felt anything like that. I have,
Sure.
I believe, felt, like the cold at times that people experience, but
Yeah.
other than that, no, nothing like this.
No, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry for talking over, but it seemed like you were recalling something else that you wanted to share before I
Yes.
started talking.
It also concerned something in the bedroom when Mary was laying down.
Is this getting X-rated now?
No.
Oh,
I was asleep, but Mary said she
Oh.
felt like somebody put like two fingers on her head and with a little bit of pressure.
What the heck?
And the first thing she thought of was her mother, and it was like nothing like she was afraid of. It didn't, freak
And
her out.
didn't
or
you say
anything.
that
It
she
just-
demonstrated it on you, like that? This is what I just felt. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
It was clear enough that she defined it or described it herself as two
Absolutely.
fingers
Yep,
on top of her head.
yep, and
Weird.
the pressure of it, as well as so.
So also, Mike, you in those texts that you were sending to me, and we are closing in on time to wrap this up already. But hey, that's the point of our condensed, fast track versions of the Paranormal Zone, quick and sweet.
Quick and
You
sour
also
sometimes, I'm sure.
quick and sour. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Who knows how this one went? But you mentioned in those texts that you said you strongly feel that someone passed away in that house.
Yeah, looking at the abstract that I have, and I was studying families throughout the decades going back to 1882, and there was it would show in some households where somebody had passed away, and it's back far enough to where people died in their homes. That's where they just were.
Right.
So I just felt strongly, even just from that probably somebody did pass away in that room.
Now, this is something that you're kind of logically putting together, or is it something that you kind of feel as well, like or
Maybe a
are you
little.
making an educated guess, maybe?
Yeah, it's kind of an educated guess, but I do feel it as well. I mean that is a great possibility, and
And this house, again, if people are just tuning in, inform people how old your house is.
yeah, 1882 it was built.
Wonderful
The,
year.
yeah, the town itself didn't wasn't established until 1891, I think it was. So this house has been here. You know, I'm sure it was just all open land out here
I
at
know
the
that's
time.
awesome.
So yeah,
Well, Mike, do you have any? What is your vibe? Your feeling on what's going on in your house right now? I mean, the activity is slowly picking up, which is awesome and great. Uh, I mean, you have had some fixer uppers done at the house
yeah, yeah,
recently. Maybe that's conjuring up some activity.
could be. But I think
It's
it's
not like you're demolishing the place. I mean, you're just
no,
improving it. You're not
yeah,
changing anything around.
right.
I don't know. I don't know. What's your feeling?
Yeah.
What's your vibe?
I cannot come up with a thought because I just
It's just very random. It
it
just seems
is
like
it
it
is very
started out of
random.
nowhere. I mean, I guess there
Yeah,
doesn't have to be a reason for everything, but
right. But I think it's a time if you could ever slip away sometime again at this time where the activity is be here and do some more deprivation
absolutely,
down in the basement and more
100%,
more upstairs as well. Like maybe sit in the bedroom
absolutely.
where all these things have been happening and do some deprivation in there or something.
Do
So
we? Do I have to wear pants?
can you make them like really really tight Daisy Duke shorts?
I don't know why
Of
you look
course you gotta
down.
wear pants. Oh dang it,
I'm
idiot!
just throwing it out there. Just throwing
Okay,
it
yeah,
out there. Want to
just
make sure.
as long as you
Because
don't.
Bridget, my lovely fiance, she wants me to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And just she wants me to feel at home.
Well, it's not like you're gonna wear some kind of a dick sling or something. That's
Hey, you said that right. You said that. All you haters, all you. I'm pointing at you over there. No, I'm pointing at you right there. No, I'm kidding. We don't have any haters, do we,
oh
Mike?
no, he
No, we
froze up
sure
right when
don't.
he was doing that.
Well, Mike, with that, I think it's time to wrap it up. This has been pretty cool. Thank you for joining me, my friend.
As always,
I definitely need to make my way there
yeah,
sooner rather than later.
during the time here, yes.
When stuff is picking up, we definitely need to take advantage of that. So, Mike, again, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, check out past episodes, particularly the last flagship episode where Mike explained and talked about some other activity that seems to be
Percolating.
percolating at your humble old abode. So, yeah, check us out. I just
Percolation of
posted
the paranormal.
hey, paranormal percolation. There you
There
go.
you go.
And if you guys can't get enough of us on video, well, the last full flagship episode, all an hour and 26 minutes of it is posted on Patreon video if you want to stare at our weird ass faces. You're more than welcome. So
Yeah, Hey, it's your call.
that's their call. Exactly. All right, Mike, without any further ado, what do our paranormal pals need to do?
Peace out.
Amen, brother.